Hey guys, Bishme back with another video, and today we got the repeat ball recaps. Today we got it on my channel. Well, this week's gonna be on my channel. We decided to switch it up, and I'm joined here with my two great co-hosts. We got Carlos.
Here.
And we got Arts.
I think he stepped out.
Well, wherever Arts is, we're gonna miss him for this recap. Going into last week was a great week, I believe. What was it? Week 4? It was week 4. Yeah. So, looking at the matchups, we had the New York Knicks going up against the Nashville Needle Kings, Atlanta Sabo versus the Manchester Mimikyu, Lisbon Arcanines versus the Straw Hat Crocodiles, Stark Mountain Guarantees versus the Tokyo Toxapex, LA Infernates versus the Quagsires, New York Noctows versus the Lake of Rage Gyarados, and your battle, the Immortal Trampa versus Fargo Phalanx. So yeah, this week we had a lot of great battles, and let's get into them. All right, so the first match we have ready to go is the Immortal Trampa versus Bloud9 and the Immortal Trampa versus Shiny Shuriken and the Fargo Phalanx. So since we have Bloud here, do you want to talk about like what happened?
I actually don't, but I will.
Oh.
I will talk about it.
Oh wow.
But I mean, going into it, I just thought, I thought I could catch him with a little bit of tech. I had the Decidueye with the Choice Scarf, and then I made the wrong decision thinking he would stage. I overestimated Mac a little bit there. It's like there's no way he would stay in on a grass type, but he did, and he got the kill. And then from there it was just all downhill.
Yeah, losing Decidueye at the start definitely put you back. And then his hail kind of went crazy on your electric terrain, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what I messed up. I forgot that Sandslash Alolan was steel type. I thought it was just ice. And yeah, that's the same thing that happened last week. I thought Glalie was just ice. I thought it was ice and ghost. Nope, it's just ice. I'm gonna have to do some research on these ice types.
Yo, these ice types are messing you up, man. Yo, if you guys want to win, just bring an ice type.
Yeah, they confusing the hell out of me. But I thought I could bring it back with Hawlucha and Cinderace. Yeah. And I was close to until that fake out crit.
Which definitely mattered. We're gonna talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah, if I lived, I still think I would have died to life orb damage. But Hawlucha was, in fact, Grassy Seed. So there might have been a chance where me with the Raichu being on Focus Sash made him want to switch up and not bring out Surfetch and bring out Rillaboom instead. So who knows? But it was a great battle. Shouts out to Mac. He won that one fair and square. Like, that was good.
Yeah, you gotta watch out. This league has a lot of tough opponents. Mac winning this battle, what was it, 1-0 or 2-0?
It was 2-0. Yeah, because Rillaboom had Raichu a lot.
Yeah, so yeah, shouts out to Mac. Let's get into the next battle. We have the Stark Mountain Guarantees led by Manny versus Shadow, and the Tokyo Toxapex versus led by James. And in this battle, we have the classic Rain team against a Toxapex team, pretty much. His team has a lot of walls, and we've seen in the previous weeks where James had gone to time against did he go to he went to time against Peekaboo, right?
Yeah, he's gone to time a couple of times, I'm pretty sure. No, he didn't go to the just Peekaboo.
Yeah, so like against me, it was close. I got very lucky though. And in this match we actually see him pick up his first win. So how do you think like Manny could have changed that?
I think that he needs to just be full on Rain, because sleeping on the whole Rain team is it's not cutting it at this point, because he brings things that are bulky and he wants to kind of throw people off, but I just feel like he has to bring the whole Rain team. He has to bring everything he can with Swift Swimmers to actually take advantage of the Rain.
Yeah, I see Manny playing like a really balanced team around his Corviknight, around his Mudsdale, you know, his two walls. And where in this match, you know, we saw James being able to set up on that with his double and like start body pressing you know, the heck out of Manny's team. I want to say there was this very great play where where James made a double into Luxray after getting to like +6 with his double. You know, something very hard to do on a Delmise. And you know, I want to say that was like the play of the week, because I couldn't have seen that coming. I don't know how James did it, but you know, it obviously took a lot of prep to win this match.
I also think in terms of playstyle, I think Manny's gonna have to switch up and get rid of the tendencies he has of switching out. And I think that'll help him in the long run.
Right. Sometimes you just gotta stay in and swing and hit stuff. I believe this match went to timer too, didn't it?
I can't recall. I think it did. I believe it did.
Yeah, there we go. Manny with another timer game. Like you said, he's gonna have to switch something up to get faster on his plays, or like you said, you know, you gotta just bring the full rain team: Politoed Kingdra, Poliwrath Dreadnought, G-Max Rillaboom, and Corviknight.
It's like, I remember whenever time I see a Manny like match, I remember what you told me, where it was like my advantage stage is better than yours against your Sun team. So I think that's what he just needs to really focus on, that his advantage state of rain, it's gonna be better than most teams that he faces, unless there's a weather team that can't do anything about it. That's what happens.
Right. So yeah, shouts out to James, like I said, and hopefully Manny could bounce back after this week, and you know, his games could stop going to time. But yeah, let's get into the next one. So we got my battle, Bisham, coach of the New York Knicks, versus Southside Bravez and coach of the Nashville Needle Kings. And in this match, you know, I decided to go full Sun. You know, maybe Manny should take a page out of my book. I mean, obviously not next week because we're facing each other. But
you want to go Sun?
Yeah, I want him to go Sun.
Just go Sun, that works.
Let's just trade teams. As a matter of fact, I don't think any of my matches have gone to time at all. But yeah, going into this match, I want to say Shiftry and Ninetales definitely put the team on their backs. So Shiftry getting high rolls on a couple hits, and Ninetales just being able to set up and sweep. So not what I would have expected from my team. I would have thought Venusaur and Charizard would be putting in more work. But shouts out to the Needle Kings. You know, I got really lucky with these rolls, and he definitely had something ready for my team. I was surprised that he didn't bring the Dragapult though. That thing was so scary. And
did you watch his end?
I did. He expected me to bring Bisharp.
No, well, I didn't hear that, but I heard he didn't want it. He wanted to show that his team is more than the fairy.
Oh yeah,
steel.
more than the core. But
yeah,
all he did was take out one. He still has. He still has two.
It's still kind of scary. That Corviknight Azumarill is still scary.
Azumarill is scary outside of the sun. He had it in the wrong environment.
That is true.
Maybe against Manny, I could see Azumarill putting in work. But yeah, you know, he makes some great plays with the Buffalant, baiting me to go for the G-Max Vine Lash, stalling out 2 turns of my my Gigantamax. Too bad he couldn't do it earlier, to where you know, my Vine Lash started doing so much damage to his team. And yeah, I want to say it was a tough battle.
He wanted you to grow. He thought you would grow to that, which makes sense
on the Azu, right?
But
yeah.
I mean, I think it was a great match, and I think that was actually the play of the week. That Buffalant, he baited you out with the Clawlet to
yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, and then give him the plus attack to then get the KO. I mean, too bad Shiftry just came in and showed it like what was up. Yeah, shouts out to Shiftry. So yeah, I did win this battle 3-0, I believe, or maybe 2-0. I believe I had
was
Ninetales. Yeah, it was 3, right? Ninetales, Charizard, and Shiftry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, this was a tough team to go up against. Like I said, this league has so many close coaches than I expected, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. Let's get into our next one. So for this match, we had Shade of Defeat and the Straw Hat Crocodiles going up against Coach Squid and the Lisbon Arcanines. Yeah, just take it away, Carlos.
This match is.
This was my favorite match of the week.
Really? It just.
Yeah.
I thought we were playing on Sword and Shield. I didn't know we were playing on Showdown.
Yeah, we must have had enough time to be stalling around.
Yeah. But no, all jokes aside, I think both Shade and Squid played, I'm gonna say, well. Shade didn't want to lose. He didn't want to let that Gengar come in for free, and he also wanted to make sure that the Quagsire took enough damage. So like, that's really all you can say about the match, because that was the whole 15 minutes of it. But the last 5 minutes turned up a little bit, just a little bit with the Ditto play. But what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, the whole match is just Quagsire defensive wall, and Girder, he's got the Violite on with the Guts boost activated. Like you said, he didn't want Gengar to come in for free, where you had to like switch up, and it's a lot of thought process in between the turns. At the end, you know, I felt like that play was done a little too late, but it just goes to kind of show that Shade didn't really have anything for the Quagsire, I want to say, or he would have brought it in earlier instead of like letting this go, because I'm pretty sure both of them just are aware that they're on a timer to kind of speed it up. You know, I would have liked to see him go into Bravery maybe, but I mean, other than that, there's not really much to say about this battle.
He could have brought in a Blastoise at one point, maybe like get an Ice Beam off, something. I think,
Yeah.
and, like, especially because Blastoise was AD'd, so I feel like he could have done that.
Yeah, he could have ate the hit.
Yeah.
But like you said, Shade didn't want to lose. Shouts out to both of the coaches for going 5-4 this week. And I believe, where does that put Squid? Does that put him at 1-3?
I think so. Yeah, the only match he's won against Ryan. He's lost against me, Shade, and Matt. So.
Jeez. Hopefully we could see him bouncing back, because that Ditto is like top 3 Dynamax, man.
Yeah, and I don't know. Maybe it's I don't know what could be that's stopping Wood, because he has such a good team, especially with that Ditto.
Yeah, but let's hope for that next week. So our next match we have is Coach Amoonguss and the Atlanta Sabo versus the newcomer Peekaboo and the Manchester Mimikyus. You know, Amoonguss being a very experienced battler, and you know, Peekaboo being on the newer side. I want to say we kind of expected Amoonguss to win the battle, but I just want to talk about some key points where I think both of them played very well. I want to say at the end, Peekaboo had a Magneton with electric terrain and rising voltage. That was cool. He also did like a great play in which he finally Gigantamaxed his Charizard for the season. I love to see that. And then also, you know, his Mimikyu Swords Dancing, you know, putting in some more work. It looked like Amoonguss had a little bit of tech with his Claydol. He had a prison and Trick Room. So just in case if Mimikyu would have went for the Trick Room, then it wouldn't have worked, because on paper, Peekaboo's team is on the slower side. So, you know, that was just some interesting tech that this guy had.
I remember from our BSL match how how Mimikyu would just Trick Room. So I think he was a first.
Oh man, he got flashbacks.
Yeah, I'm gonna say where the match really turned like worse for Peekaboo was when that Iron Head flinched the Mimikyu.
Oh yeah, that Miltank, yeah.
Yeah, because Mimikyu, you don't know, he could have had Drain Punch, and I'm pretty sure at +2 it could take out Miltank.
I was surprised he ran it as an attacker this week. It has like what base 100 speed, and I was watching it with Shiny Shuriken. You know, he loves using Mimikyu. He was surprised that Mimikyu was outsped by Miltank, but it turns out Miltank is just faster.
Yeah, it's those Gen 1 mons. You never know. Like, the stats are just crazy.
Yeah, you can't sleep, bro.
Also sucks to not see Shedinja not getting any sunlight. It just came out and just...
Yeah, those stealth rocks really ate it up. So another thing I would like to see is if Peekaboo's running Shedinja, maybe throw on some heavy duty boots so that it's not coming in and dying, or like have somebody to get rid of the hazards.
Yeah, I don't know what Peekaboo could have done differently, but it just looked like Amoonguss had
like a commanding control on the battle, yeah. And like you said, that Iron Head flinch was big.
I think that was the only time where Peekaboo could have actually like switched it on his head, but nah, it just got stopped by the flinch.
Yeah, so shouts out to Peekaboo, man. We loving to see the adjustments. Trying to get some more wins.
I want to see what else he could learn. Hopefully, I'm trying to see him come into playoffs. I want to see.
Yeah. All right, let's get into the next battle. So here we have one of, I want to say, if not the best battle of the week, my personal favorite. You know, I was joking on the Shade Squid battle, but we had the Lake of Rage Gyarados, who was at this point undefeated. They have the kill leader Gyarados with 12 kills versus another newcomer, Coach Newey. He's the new kid on the block. And he was able, Newey or New, I don't know, but he was able to take out the Lake of Rage Gyarados.
I think this was the biggest upset.
Facts.
Like, not considering, you know, the top 4 in the power rankings got taken down, but I think this was the biggest upset, considering, you know, Arch was on a hot streak with the Gyarados. I feel like Gyarados was doing its job. It was, you know, carrying the team, and I think New just played it really well, just making sure as long as you took out the Gyarados, I think he had a game plan for everything that he brought in. He just needed that Gyarados out. I think he just needed that Gyarados out the way.
Yeah, I think New prepped tremendously for Arch's team. He had like an answer for everything that was brought. He even had, you know, what was it? The Darmanitan, the Zen mode Darmanitan, yeah. Like, and you know,
the tech.
Yeah, he came different this week. I like to see it. You know, he said he geared up with his buddies. They built a team together, and you know, it just goes to show that you cannot sleep. You know, I want to say maybe Arts let it get to his head. If he was here, he could tell you better. But you know, maybe he just let that Gyarados. He thought it would just take him to victory, and as we could see in this battle, that just was not the case. Because once they stopped the Gyarados, he lost.
Considering his past 3 weeks, I think he was just feeling himself a little. He got a little too confident, a little too cocky, and I think New just brought him back down to earth.
New came correct.
Yeah.
So yeah, shouts out to both of these coaches. Hopefully, Arts leaves Gyarados behind to really see what he could do without it, because this time it just goes to show you take out Gyarados and Arts really can't do nothing. So yeah, shouts out to these coaches. So for our last battle, we have Sosa and the LA Infernape versus Ryan and his Cianwood City Quagsire. You know, this match was another match that went to time, so it didn't really get to end the way a lot of people would have liked to see. But I want to say, just a call out, shouts out to Ryan for bringing a physical Lapras. I love to see it. You know, Lapras does get access to Dragon Dance, in which he did have a... Huh?
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work? What you mean?
No, it doesn't work, bro.
It worked perfectly fine. It went up against Dragon Dancing Scrafty.
Come on now. We know why it went up against...
It went crazy, bro. And the thing what really threw off Sosa was that Ryan didn't even bring Drapion, and which he like prepped so much against it. He had a focus Sash Clefairy for Drapion, and it didn't even show up.
I feel for me, this match really, I think Sosa played well until he got greedy, and that's the worst. That's the worst thing to be. If you want to be anything in Pokemon, you just
you could even full send it,
Yeah, like full send, do everything. Don't get greedy. Once you get greedy, that's the game.
And the thing was, no matter how many times he Dragon Danced, he never got faster than the Lapras.
Yeah. I don't think he realized
every single turn he went second.
Yeah, so at that point you just gotta realize, all right, let me just do damage. I'm not being fast in this thing. Do damage, and Sosa, I don't know what happened.
He forgot to hit. Soldier Boy hides in the hood.
Yep. He didn't come out. He didn't come out with the Draco.
Yeah, wow, like that just, oh man. But I mean, that put Ryan, he came back after losing. I believe he lost last week, and he just goes to show.
Wait, last week was the one with Squid. Yeah, it was the one with Squid.
Yeah, it was.
So he did bounce back. He wanted.
He bounced back, bro.
Yeah, but
he's patty cake master.
But it wasn't like he was commanding of this battle. I feel like Sosa had it until the greed hit, but
I think Ryan was just in his ear.
Yeah, it just goes to show like not everyone's beatable in this league, so it's not like anybody can be undefeated. And here we go with the Week 5 matchups. We have the LA Infernates against the Manchester Mimikyu. We have the Fargo Phalanx versus the Science City Quagsires. Then we have the Moto Drampa against the Lake of Rage Gyarados. Then we have the Stark Mountain Giratinos versus the New York Nickets. We have the Nashville Nidokings versus the Straw Hat Crocodiles. We got the New York Noctiles versus the Lisbon Arcanines. And then last we have the Atlanta Sables versus the Tokyo Toxic. Now looking at this Week 5 schedule, I think the marquee match is actually going to be the Moto Drampa versus the Lake of Rage Gyarados.
Oh snap!
Yeah, I think mine is going to be it because it's one of the top ranked PR teams going against each other, and I feel like the ending of this match will decide who's actually first in the PR.
Right, because you already went up against me and destroyed me out of first place, and then New knocked out Art. So now it's just you, and I would love to see you and Art go head to head. He had to run away today. He couldn't. He got jitters, but other than that, we do got some fire matches. But out of everyone's, I want to say between yours and I'm looking forward to mine too, other than the fact that it's just mine, but it's gonna be Sun versus Rain, and
that is gonna be fun to look forward to. The weather
war. Yeah.
But I think the sleeper match might be the Fargo Phalanx versus the Cinewood City Quagsires.
I was gonna say the Noctiles, but
really? You think so? I just feel like I want to see what, considering how Mac is taking down me and taking down Squid, he's taking down really
he's
like battlers. I just want to see what he can do against
Ryan. Yeah, I think that's always gonna be a good match. Let's see who does what against Ryan this week.
Yeah. who's gonna switch it up?
But I also said the Noctiles because he is hot off of that Gyarados win, and then also the Lisbon Arcanines, like we already talked about. They have a strong team, and they've kind of fallen into the gutter a bit after beating the champion from last season. So
we gotta see how Squid can bounce back after that, and we'll see if New can keep his hot streak.
Yeah, most definitely. So before we head out, we're gonna bring back, like we said before, the you hate to see it section, and we got some crazy instances that happened this week. So let's head right over there. So first, we have the Raichu Crate on the Cinderace in Coach Blount's matchup, and where, you know, if it wasn't for that crit, Cinderace would have most definitely lived. What you got to say about that?
Just heartbreaking. Like, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna live this. I was like, I'm faster. This makes no sense. Anything he does, like I live. And I completely forgot he had fake out. When, and in fact, I also had fake out on my Raichu too that match. So,
how could you forget? That's funny.
I just thought I had it.
But then looking at the calculations, it was actually a high roll crit. Like, there was a 10% chance of that crit actually killing. So,
you just really hate to see it. That's all I have. That's
like, it really just took you out of the battle. So yeah, shouts out to Raichu for pulling up and making sure that he secures that win for the team. Next we have Coach Sosa with his Scrafty not attacking the Lapras who was right in front of him. There was multiple times where Scrafty was like on the edge. It was looking very close. He got a lot of health back, and Sosa just decided that he wasn't gonna kill the Lapras. You know, he was just gonna Dragon Dance up. I don't know what you gotta say about that.
He just forgot what Big Soldier was about. He just forgot that Big Soldier just attacks. He don't think about it too much. And
yeah,
that's what happened. And
with the Draco, I don't know.
That sin, that greed, it just happens.
the big sin of greed, putting Sosa in a losing position actually, and you know, putting, like you said, if he would have gotten that kill, Scrafty could have gone on to take off the rest of Ryan's team. And you know, you just really hate to see it. You know, Coach Sosa, why did you do that? Leading on to our next one, we have the Doublade on the Lake of Rage Gyarados getting crit by a Passimian on the New York Noctiles. And I just find it so funny because, you know, Passimian was on the Lake of Rage Gyarados before they rebranded, you know, for PWD Season 1. He came back with a vengeance. He got traded off, and he decided to get that knockoff on one of his old teammates, Doublade.
He wanted the revenge. Got that knockoff crit. He wanted it badly.
Yeah, he wanted to be a part of the team. He wanted to be a part of the squad, and you know, after getting traded away, he came back with a vengeance, like you said, through a reflect.
He was that bitter ex.
Oh yeah.
He came back.
He saw he was doing good with the new kids.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, yo, we hate to see it. And again, another, you know, match deciding play in where without the crit, you know, the Lake of Rage Gyarados would still be undefeated. And like, wow. Just wow. Last but not least, we have a play from week 2 actually. You know, not too many exciting difference making plays that happened last week, so we actually have this play from Manny. You know, we love throwing Manny in, that you hate to see it. And
it's not that you hate to see it if you don't see Manny in it.
Right, he's the face of the you hate to see it. Yeah. When week 2 he decided to run Thunder Wave on his Manectric, which is perfectly fine, you know.
Makes sense. You would think,
you know, you want to paralyze things, of course.
I can press the move.
But he decided to run an Assault Vest on his Manectric, and where it's like, with the Assault Vest, you can't click moves that aren't attacking moves. So it just really baffled me as to why he would have Thunder Wave on it. Could you please enlighten me, Carlos?
It just happens sometimes. Like it really does. Like I remember season 1 of PWD, I brought in a Como with the Assault Vest and Stealth Rocks. And I was pressing it like, why is this not working? And then it said Assault Vest. I was like, oh, that makes sense. So
no, you know,
I understand it. You forget it.
Yeah, he thought that he know, he was gonna get tricked off. You know, the Assault Vest was gonna be on a different Pokemon, maybe the Porygon. You know, yeah, and then you can't trick it off once it's on. So choice specs on that would have been great. But I mean, you really hate to see it. So here are the 4 slides. If you guys watching the live premiere, just drop it in the chat. What was the worst?
Which one do you think?
Me, I want to say the Doublade was the worst for me.
For me, I'm gonna go with the second one.
The Scrappy.
Yeah.
He could have really won. Oh man.
Yeah. That Soldier Boy.
Soldier Boy, tell him. But yeah, and if you are watching the recap not live, just head over in the comments and drop that number. We would love to see what won. But all right, so we sadly do not have what happened, the results, because the person with the results decided to take a bathroom break. So we will be announcing the winner of last week's You Hate to See It next week, and we also have the winner for this week. So any closing statements, Cloud?
I'm gonna say hopefully we could find arts for week 5 recap.
Hopefully.
But other than that, just look forward to our match, me and Arts. Hopefully, I could take the win home. And
Yes.
yeah,
You would love to see it. Guys, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Coach Bloud's channel will be in the description. You guys head over there. If you haven't, he's posting his great videos on his side also. So yeah, just look out for some great content from the both of us, and Arts if he ever comes back. And if you guys can find him, please, we need him.
There's wanted posters everywhere. Please.
We can't find him. But all right, guys, on that note, I'm gonna head out. Peace.
Peace.